Good morning. It's Tuesday, March the 10th, and this is The Drill. Thank you very much. I'm Ron, your host, and the only true conservative in the United States today. I created this podcast to answer the question most asked by conservatives, namely, what can I do? My podcast is short, approximately 5 to 10 minutes long, because shorter podcasts are easier to download and listen to, and shorter podcasts force me to get to the point. I've been listening to conservative talk radio since 1989. I've grown up in a socialist household and have seen the destructive effects of socialism up close and personal. My podcast is made available through Spreaker and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. Today, what can I do? Tweet of the day, confidence, and the coronavirus. All that when I come back. Thank you. What can I do? Listen and read carefully. Is the person that you are listening to really saying what you think they are saying, or are you reading between the lines? Nancy Pelosi once said during a press conference, quote, "Someone at the White House should conduct an intervention," unquote. This statement is arbitrary and should be ignored, but every right-wing talk show host in the country was convinced that Speaker Pelosi was talking about President Trump, and they all attempted to defend him. No true conservative should do this because it is wrong and because it is bad tactics. Wrong for 3 reasons. Speaker Pelosi failed to name names, failed to define her terms, intervention, and she failed to make a value judgment. It is bad tactically because commenting on an arbitrary claim strengthens the left at the expense of the right. It gives the speaker's comments credibility and interferes with the president's ability to defend himself. If talk show hosts had responded appropriately, they would have asked questions. Who was Ms. Pelosi referring to? What is an intervention, and who should the intervention be conducted on? By asking questions, you claim power. By making unwarranted assumptions, you give power away. When I come back, the tweet of the day. Thank you. Tweet of the day from President Trump. Congressman Steve Palazzo is doing a fantastic job for the people of Mississippi. He strongly supports our MAGA agenda. Steve will continue to support our incredible vets and military. Stephen has my complete endorsement. Vote for Stephen tomorrow, March 10th. Next up, confidence. Thank you. The whole point of being a true conservative is being confident. Being confident to know that when you leave your house, you will be able to handle any social situation that comes up. Knowing that you will be able to handle any compliment, criticism, or snotty remark. You will be able to handle anything and everything because you will know that being a true conservative is about more than how you vote. It's about how you will live and how you think. A true conservative has his act together. He has maximum integrity, maximum credibility, and maximum influence. The true conservative can handle any situation correctly because he knows what he is doing and knows why he knows what he is doing. The true conservative is confident because he knows all the left's tricks and cons and knows exactly how to respond to each of them. Next up, the coronavirus. Thank you very much. Every day in the news and on broadcasts of every pundit on the planet are updates about the coronavirus, where the newest outbreak is, how many people have died, and what the government is doing to help. All of this is tailor-made for the socialists in our civilization. First of all, the news coverage promotes an attitude of helplessness and fear, malevolent universe premise. Secondly, the federal government now has an excuse to usurp power from the states and the people themselves in direct contradiction to the Constitution. Thirdly, it promotes single-payer health care by giving critics the opportunity to play up the weaknesses in our current health care system. The true conservative should not be taken in by the hysterics and instead should take reasonable precautions and largely ignore what they hear on the radio or see on television. Back in a minute. Who is the true conservative? He is the person that understands that conservatism is not just about politics, but culture as well. He's not selfish, but he minds his own business. He acts like an adult. He is patriotic and uses common sense. He expresses what he knows and does so with certainty. He makes judgments, refuses to speculate, speaks clearly and definitively, and is not afraid to say no. He's open-minded, asking why rather than why not. He is consistent, credible, and influential, not ashamed of his existence, unafraid to learn or correct his mistakes. He is a normal American, and he is better than the socialist. He's a better friend, father, brother, family member, and a better person, period. You have to know that. If you don't know with every fiber of your being that being a true conservative is best, then you are wasting your time. That brings me to the end of another episode of The Drill. Remember that the left has no authority, no power, and they can't win. Think about it.